Let's take a question for Lori from Andrea in Salt Lake City.
Hey, everybody. Tom, one quick thing I wanted to point out. October 13th, it's the Navy's 242nd birthday today. And congratulations on your 69th show. That was a milestone that's very important to our mutual friend, Tass.
Wow.
And
69th
anyway,
show. It's moving by. We're going to have to do something big on the 100th, right?
That's right.
I'll start planning and pitch you some tips.
Yeah.
Further down the road,
I'll bring a
Tom.
cake.
But my question for Lori was, I think it's pretty well known at this point, just how well the stock market's doing, I think, is fantastic. But then, and I certainly think Trump can take credit for that, but one area where I think he could possibly be kneecapped is just if the Fed changes the interest rates, and what are your predictions on that and how that would affect the economy?
A brilliant point and question you raise. We had the minutes released Wednesday of this week from the last Fed meeting on interest rates, and coming into this year, Wall Street was led by the Fed to anticipate 3 interest rate hikes. We've had 2. But the problem with the economy is that inflation is very low. And the way that you contain inflation is by raising interest rates. Well, we got some other data today that shows inflation remains stubbornly low. And so it's causing a lot of conjecture about what the Fed will do or when it will raise rates again. Now, inflation is kind of a bad word, or it's interpreted that way, but actually healthy economies need a little inflation.
Yeah. They usually say like 2% or so is
we're a little, that's right where we were. You kind of want a little
bit
more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slack in the economy. There's a lot of goods and services that are just not being met. The demand is there, but they can't
inflation
fill them.
goes with interest rates, right? If there's high inflation, you're going to have higher interest rates. Is that right?
Right, and then you lower interest rates to bring down inflation. Or did I get that right? Sorry. But my point is that this low inflation problem.
Milton Friedman, call in and help us, please.
Yeah, seriously, no doubt. But seriously, if you can't kind of stoke this inflation, we're not going to get paid more, and you're not going to continue on this trajectory. So the stock market has really been living large on this low rate environment for 10 years.
Yeah. A lot of money floating around out there.
And there's a lot of money. And the other side of it, if you want to talk about the Fed, is this $4.5 trillion balance sheet. During the crisis, the Fed went out, and the way it supported the economy was buying up all of these assets.
Yeah.
Well, now it's got to unload all of that somehow. So can you dump that onto the economy without pressuring it even further, and how do you do it? So they're talking about slowly unwinding this.
I hope those Fed people know what they're doing. It seems that they have our future in their hands when they sit around that table and have their meetings.
Well, Janet Yellen, the chief, has
more power than the president.
She's had a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
So, Andrea, 242 years Navy today. Is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Is that your branch? The Navy?
That's my branch, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good for you.
I knew she was a vet, but I didn't know which branch.
In the Navy. On that Village People song.
I
Remember
thought that I had mentioned
Sail the
that I
seven
was a drunken
seas
sailor
in the
repeatedly.
Navy.
but-
That's right, I forgot. Thank you for the call, Andrea.